Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. Today we're going to be discussing Big Ol' Lies Season 2, the finale. So this episode heavily focuses on Mary Louise and Celeste's trial, and it gets pretty deep there.
Yeah, Celeste really goes after it. Like I said in the past few episodes, she has started to show her more powerful side, her more lawyer side, and this one, she comes out swinging and she really takes a notch off of Mary Louise.
And she basically shows everything Mary Louise did in her past with her son, and it just didn't shed the best light on her.
And you have that bombshell footage of Perry beating Celeste, and knowing that her children filmed that happening, I thought there was some really powerful stuff. I didn't even expect that coming out of anywhere, and I think it really did a good job of showing Mary Louise just how horrible her son really was.
Yeah, so you can tell her shock on her face, and she didn't even know how to react or believe that that was her son.
It was another really amazing performance by Meryl Streep. She's always been this silently callous individual that is kind of snarky and very conniving. And this, you could see her, she was devastated seeing it. And having her past brought up to her face and kind of getting a taste of her own medicine, she didn't know how to handle it.
I also thought Nicole Kidman did a pretty good job in this episode. Her character was the main focus. And this is a Celeste that we like and knew him from the first season.
I also thought Laura Dern gave a really excellent performance this episode when she just loses it on her husband and starts smashing that train set, just totally letting go of anything, just being like, I am done with this. I'm going to just destroy everything you care about because I had everything I care about taken away from me. Yeah, I just thought it was a really great and powerful performance.
I love that scene. Laura Dern this season is so good. Behind Meryl Streep, I think they're the two performances that stick out this season.
And we finally see Jane being able to get past her insecurities and her issues dealing with what happened between her and Perry, being able to finally embrace her boyfriend. And I thought it was kind of sweet that it was her son Ziggy that went to her and said, you obviously like each other, you should be together. And I thought that was kind of special that he was able to kind of bridge that gap.
Yeah, that was a really nice scene, and Jane just kind of starting to let things go, like a release, and be her normal self again. I really like that.
I thought this episode had a lot of that, like kind of you're letting things go, moving on from the events, moving on from everything. You have obviously just all the characters kind of moving past what happened.
Yeah, you have Madeline and Ed. They do a renewal of their vows, and I thought that was really sweet. I was rooting for them the whole time. I love Adam Scott and Reese Witherspoon's characters together, and I was just really rooting for them.
I thought there's some really good family moments in this episode. There's been a little less of that this season. It's been a little more focused on the trial than it has actually on the children. And like I said, I thought the moments between Jane and Ziggy were nice. I thought the moments with Celeste and her boys were really heartfelt, and even her saying to, hey, when Mary Louise lost the trial, go over and comfort her, because even though she's, tried to do this to me, she is ultimately your family. You also had the moments with Madeline, Ed, and the children's on the beach, and it was just like a special family moment. And even Bonnie kind of being able to give up some stuff with her mother.
I feel like in this season, Bonnie changed a lot from the first season. And you can tell the death of Perry and what she did really weighed her down, and, started her thinking more about her relationship with her husband, her relationship with her parents, especially her mother.
Yeah, you also see the fact that she had a lot of pent-up aggression, a lot of pent-up things in her. And I think she was trying to push so hard to be against what her mother was. And seeing that she did have a bit of that aggression, a bit of that anger inside of her that her mother was treating her towards, she was, I think, trying to live a fake life. And I think now that she kind of had that release, she seems to be moving on with what she wants to do. And you obviously are really seeing that with the last few moments of the episode.
Yeah, last few moments of this episode, all the women get this text and they're all going to the police station, and then it goes black.
Yeah, I honestly did not love the ending. I don't love cliffhangers. And if they end the series right there with that ending, it's extremely ambiguous. And I just think it's kind of disingenuous to their character arcs. It's kind of interesting. I thought they had some good closure to a lot of the characters, and they could have done something to maybe close off Bonnie's character. But her going to the police with the rest of them, it just raises more questions. So I think you need a season 3.
Yeah, because this whole season, you felt the pressure of the secret weighing down on all of them. But at the final episode, I thought it was kind of odd how it just all came to agreement that they were going to go do this.
Yeah, and the even weirder thing with Bonnie, obviously she's struggling with the fact that she killed Perry and has her own personal issues behind that. You're seeing kind of a display of just how terrible Perry was to everyone. You're seeing it in court. You're seeing this monster. So it's almost like, okay, they can almost all let that go off their conscience, and no one's going to be worrying so much about who killed this guy or how he died, because he's a terrible person. So Yeah, I feel like they could have ended it in a much different way. It's so strange that they chose to do that cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, and I'm kind of unsure where if it's gonna go somewhere, or if this is it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't know how the story would go from here because unless it's just going to be them on trial and them trying to explain what happened, but I feel like that's kind of what we did this season. So, yeah, I'm kind of interested to see where they go with it if they do go anywhere with it.
Yeah, but overall, I love Big Little Lies. The first season's just great to me. This season, I feel like is a step below for me, but it's still a really good show. I highly suggest to check it out.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good season. I don't think it was as good as the first season because the first one feels like such a, you're just driving towards something and you're going towards it and you're going towards it. And this one, it kind of felt like that in the beginning, like, oh, is the secret going to expose what's going to happen with Mary Louise? And then it never really paid off, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The trial scenes were obviously really well done and the acting was incredible,
Mm-hmm.
but I think the story just didn't have that payoff, that really visceral moment like you had in the first season when Perry dies and you're like, oh man.
Yeah.
This one kind of just ended. I didn't even know the ending was coming when it came. I was like, wait, is this really how they're going to end this? It's not going to be them going in and explaining it or some thing like that. There wasn't even, I mean, it just felt kind of a letdown.
So let us know in the comments down below what you thought about Big Little Lies season 2. How did it compare to the first one? What do you think about the ending?
Like, where do you think it's going to go from here?
Yeah. Remember to always like and subscribe. We always appreciate your support, and see you guys later.
See ya.